Welcome to the Do You Get podcast.
Because I don't think they get.
I actually get, but do they get?
No, they don't get. Do you get that they don't get?
They
that
don't
they
get
that
this
they don't get.
philosophy. They
No,
don't get this philosophy.
They don't get it.
We
You
get
don't get it. If you don't get it, forget about it.
Hello. Welcome to the Do You Get podcast. And this is Flores.
Hello, it's Simi. Welcome back to another episode of the Do You Get podcast. How are you doing, Florence?
I'm surviving. I'm living. I'm thriving. I'm tired. But
Yeah.
the children of God are alive.
Hallelujah.
Simi went to church today.
Jesus.
Let's talk about that.
How can you put me on blast like this? Oh my God.
The last time I saw Simi going to church was that time that Chika. I don't know if it's Chika that forced you there, but you came to Catholic
Oh, in
church.
freshman year, yeah.
Yeah, that's the last time I saw you in church.
Yeah.
But I mean, maybe
Honestly.
you've gone to church multiple times after that, but
I mean, since I've left Nige, I can count how many times I've gone to church on my hand. It's not good. Like,
God
even,
has
okay,
saved you.
outside my, like, when I go to my auntie's house, obviously I go to church, but like, on my own accord, yeah, it's not looking good. It wasn't looking good. I won't even lie. Yeah.
God has saved your life.
I think I just got to a point of like, okay, you might as well just go. Because my mom was on my, yeah, about I don't like stress. And every time I call my mom, she's bringing it up. Like, when are you going to church? When are you going to church? I'm just like, okay,
Good
like,
for
let me
you.
just go. So that this woman can give me peace. I mean, obviously, I also want to go. It's not like I don't, like, she's forcing me. It's just like, I guess that was like the final push. Because like before, she would bring it up, but very sporadically. But now it's been back to back. Like every time I talk to her,
She said you're
mind
an
you, we talk a lot.
adult. You need Jesus.
Literally. So
Do you
Yeah.
need? Sorry, what was I even going to say? Do you like it?
I really like the church I went to. I feel like that's the best church I've been to in America, period. It was really good. Like even like and I went with my friends and they were like we all said the same thing. We're like, oh yeah, we'll probably come back here. Like it was good. Like it felt I don't know. I like the way the guy was preaching, like it didn't feel like very judgmental and like I like when pastors preach because one thing I've noticed is about because there are a lot of churches now. A lot of people preach without bringing up scripture, like without like bringing out the Bible.
Yeah,
I'm just
no,
like,
really, yeah.
I'm like, okay.
This is not motivational.
Literally,
conference.
exactly. Like this is supposed to be like from the word of God. Like you need to back yourself up. You get, but I've noticed that a lot. But so that's one thing I definitely look out for. Just because like everybody's preaching nowadays, but like, what is your source? What is your like? Where is your anointing coming from? No offense. Like I'm not saying that those that don't check Bible are bad, but I'm just saying me. I would prefer that somebody is using the word of because like at the end of the day, how do you know what they're saying comes from the Holy Spirit? You cannot know. You're not there in their room when they are preparing for the sermon. So like I don't know. I just personally I would prefer like if I know that okay, this guy is referring to scripture. Like because another thing some people do is they just quote Bible verse. You're not. I don't know if what you are reading is correct because I'm not checking the Bible verse either. So like
Yeah.
so that's definitely something I look out for.
Is there a lot of young people? I want to go to
Yes,
young people.
it was so like it's so young and like very diverse. Like I mean, like people of all color, shape, size. Like I was shocked. I've never seen a church. You know when people are like, oh, I've never seen something that I did. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
like, because even when I watch it online, because the first time I watched the church, the first time I was introduced to the church, I was like, okay, I'll watch it online to see. Just even from, do you know how bad it is that you can know how bad? Do you know how serious it is that even from online you can see that this is a diverse church.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very diverse, and
I've
it's
been
not like
looking for
mad
it.
long too.
Oh, I've been looking for like church with like young people. I still like being Catholic, don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
I think I want a church with young people. I want to join a choir. I want to be singing in one of these Maverick City. Maverick City choir.
I'm weak.
I want to no, like I genuinely want to join a choir. Like I feel like my church is I don't think it's like every Catholic church, but like the church I
Mm-hmm.
go to is lacking in the presence of young adults.
Okay.
Which is sad, but it's okay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Um but yeah.
No, that makes sense. Because like church is like a way for you to find people, find community. I didn't really
Yeah, like
like
I
growing up.
just
Your friends were from church if they are not from around
yeah.
your neighborhood and stuff like that, or school. So yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I like the idea of having like a nice church community.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I feel like growing up, I had that more. Like, my parents, I think in Nigeria, we had that more because my parents were involved in a lot of things in the church.
Yeah.
I don't know, like,
Mm-hmm.
since we got here, it's a little bit, but like in nights, like I mean,
Hey.
even if I used to complain because I didn't like going to church in Nigeria, like it's as if church is the whole day. Like
It
that's the
is.
only
It's not
thing you
as
do on
if
Sunday.
it's the
It's
whole
just the
day.
only, it's the only thing. Even in Catholic, even like 1 hour masses, like it feels like the father will preach. I'm like, I want to sleep. Like, and the mass we used
Yeah.
to go to was like 7 a.m. something crazy. I always had to wake up early because my parents were always early risers with church. We never went to like
Mm-hmm.
afternoon church or whatever. So
All right.
I just like I don't know. Like I mean, as a child, that was irritating, but like I just like the
Mm-hmm.
idea of like having a church community. Like you see people like really show up for your things and like not only show up for your
Yeah.
things, but like hold you accountable and just to have like
Yes.
a presence in some sort of community. Because I feel like it's not that I don't want to like contribute in church, but like if it's boring or like if
Mm-hmm.
you don't feel like you have a community there,
Mm-hmm.
nothing is motivating you to go there.
Right. No, that makes sense. You feel less compelled. And like it's kind of like because it's kind of like if you go to somebody's house, you don't really know them, so you're not going to do too much, right?
Yeah.
But like with church, like if you have community, like when you go to your friend's house, like you really, really know, you'll be jumping up
Yeah.
and down, you're making noise,
Yeah, you
having a
want
good
to be
time.
going there,
Like yeah,
yeah.
like you want to be there. So that makes sense.
But,
That makes a lot of sense.
oh, we preach. Let's go to the next section of the dilemma.
Oh my god. Oh my god, wait. Something I've been watching.
What's going on?
I've been watching the Kardashians. And I
I'm
have to
sorry, that's what I was
say,
watching right now.
oh my god. Like, okay,
What's oh
like
my
I've
god?
never
What's
really
exciting?
wait. Like I never really used to I never really gave a damn about them. Let me just be real. Like I have friends that are like really, really, really like them. I didn't like hate them, but I didn't love them. The only time I ever watched was when the whole thing happened with Jordan and is it Chloe? Yeah, Chloe and all that whole mess about Tristan or whatnot. That's the only episode I watched. And there was so much drama and I was like, what the heck is this? But this one is like it like I was surprised. Like, for example, Kim is so smart. Like I feel like media doesn't show like her wits enough. Like she has actually accomplished a lot, and like she knows that
Yeah,
she's
she
privileged,
has.
but she's using her privilege to build businesses that are successful. Like if not
Yeah.
for that show, I would. It didn't even occur to me that this woman actually has so many businesses that thrive. You know, like her name is not just
Yeah.
on it. Like
Yeah.
she's so smart, and like you can see, like even the way like she raises her kids. I think that like this actually not just an Instagram person that is just. It's just like that thing with social media. It makes you forget that these people are actually real people that actually do
Yeah.
real things. But just watching that, I was stunned, and like I don't. It's good that she's trying to show other parts of her life that it's not just like, oh, I snap a bikini picture for Instagram or whatnot. Like she went to speak at Harvard Business School, for Christ's sake.
I saw that. I've been watching them. I like watching them just because it's very entertaining. And I just like seeing rich people.
Right.
Every 2 seconds they're on a private jet somewhere. Every 10 seconds. These people are always in a private jet. Like, have you watched an episode without them in a private jet going somewhere?
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Somebody's always traveling somewhere. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I just find it like it's kind of like a guilty pleasure for me. I've always been watching them. I have no shame saying that. Like, and it's not as if like, oh, I want to be like. I mean, there are parts of Kim Kardashian, like you just said, that like is noteworthy. But like, I just like because my sister used to like come for me for watching kids like this.
Yeah, there's a lot of shame. There's a lot of shame related to watching them. I won't lie.
I'm like, I don't know.
I think it's just people's preconceived notion of like, oh, what are these ones doing? Meanwhile, like,
Yeah,
they're
they're
like,
making money, Sha. That's what I have to
literally,
say.
they are. Yeah.
Rich.
So I think that's where the judgment comes from. People are just like, what? But it makes sense. Like, I understand now that I've watched it. Like, I get it. I get the hype. And like, it's just reality TV. We like messy stuff. Like when people are fighting, we like, why human?
But
We want to be entertained. It's not even messy, but I'm saying like the way people judge people for watching, like, oh, what are you like? It's like it's reality TV at the end of the day.
Even Love is something I love is band. Like I know this show is rubbish, but I was still
Literally. Yeah.
I was still
God.
watching it.
Love is Blind was awful this season though, so I don't know if I'll watch it again.
Let's go into our helping
That
dilemma
season
and
was
then we'll talk
That
about
season was
it.
bad. That season was bad.
Milton will say, I'm on the X direction, you are on the Z direction. And I'm the Y direction. We're not in the same place.
God, that guy.
That boy is so funny. But I thought he was really cute in the reunion.
It's
I
even
really
the reunion
thought
that
he
he
was
pissed
so
me off.
cute. I think Simi is a hater. Everybody.
I'm not. I just feel like he was doing too much, bro. Like every
This is
single thing.
why.
Oh my wife.
They just got married.
Yeah, but my thing is, if your wife is wrong, like I'm not saying check her in public, but like there's the way that he was just always making it look like, oh, Lydia is this saint that didn't do anything. That's why I don't agree with like. And everybody just hates on Uche. Like Uche, I'm not on Uche's side before everyone wants to castrate me, but it's like. Both of them have equal palaver. Like, nobody is innocent. The only person I feel for is Aliyah because she's a sweet girl and she wants to put herself in the middle of two wearies. That is it. But everybody this season, they're actually mad this whole season. None of them are actually balanced.
That's what I was so surprised when Lydia and Milton got married. I was so surprised.
I was not surprised.
But I get it now.
It's Stacey that surprised me. Like, I was on the fence, but it really shocked me. Especially because the way she was smiling when Baba was giving his speech.
I feel like this is when people are wicked.
Very.
Wicked.
Very, very.
But I feel like also some people know that, like, what the fame that the show can bring. So I think after the first season, it started going downhill. But
right. That makes sense. I watched the first season halfway because those people were funny. But then
the
after
first
that,
season, you didn't.
Yeah.
Why did you finish it? It's the best.
I stopped
season.
when that couple left. That couple that was there's this black couple. They were always fighting, and the guy said our wig is sliding back. Bro, I was dying of laughter because he was roasting. They were not roasting each other. And then when they left, like when he left, I was just like, the drama has gone. Because all of these rest people, they are doing love too much. I love we go chop.
They're there for the real deal now.
I guess. But that's where I stopped. And then I watched the next season. I watched this last season with you guys, then watched this new one. So I've only watched 2.5 seasons, I guess.
Yeah, the show is starting to annoy me. I feel like they should end it. They have already said what they experiment. I feel like they should end it. Like, is love blind? No.
It's not blind. Like, how many times are you going to do experiments? It's not, yeah, the experiment has failed.
The only people that I know, like, it's only like 2 or 3 couples that are still together. I don't know, but it's not a lot of them.
It's not.
And the
it's
show
crazy
also,
that I love
like,
is.
Oh, you can say what you're saying.
No, say what you're saying.
I said the show was like the producers of the show. They've also like had a lot of controversies from like behind the scenes. So
That's true. They have a lawsuit or two right now, don't they?
Oh, really?
I
I
think
don't
so,
know.
yeah. I saw it on TikTok. Well, people saying it on TikTok, but I'm pretty sure they have, one or two lawsuits, I think. It's
Mm,
crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, moving on to the dilemma.
we took some time to get there today. It's
Sorry.
okay.
Sorry. Hey, so we have one dilemma. As usual, you can send us a dilemma with the link in our Instagram bio. And it's also linked in the description of the podcast if that is easier for you while you're listening. So if there's something on your mind right now, just send me a dilemma right now. Don't even think about it too much. Just send it. Okay?
Honestly, just
Just
send
send it
it.
right now as you're listening. Don't procrastinate. Just do it right
Let's
now.
let's give you 5 seconds. Go.
Okay.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
Period.
I hope you've all put in your dilemmas. I know
Exactly.
you all have problems.
Jesus.
I don't
Christ.
wish you. I don't wish. I don't wish you problems.
Hey.
But I mean, if you're a human being, I can name a thing or two.
Right. Yeah. Okay, so the dilemma for today. Are you ready? Yes. Okay.
Yes. You did not even wait
Because every
for
time I
me to
ask you,
answer.
you always say, "Why am I always asking?"
So what if I'm not ready today?
You will always be ready for you giving me that old response. That means you're always ready. Because when I used to ask you, you say I used to ask. So forget it. Thanks. Hey, let me just start by saying adult life after college is so ghetto, for me at least. I'm very
Ghetto.
blessed to be in a position where I can support myself for the most part, but it's still a big transition. How have you guys been managing life after college? In brackets, social life, having more responsibilities, making time for yourself, etc.
We're all in the same boat. We're all
We're
sailing to
all in
nowhere
this
land.
together.
That's not the lyrics, I promise you.
And you see, is it not we're all in this together?
I swear.
You know. That is it. High School Musical.
Look it
What do you
up.
think it is?
Look
We're
it up.
all in this together. That's it.
Is that, did they put all there?
Oh yeah, I'm googling it right now. It's we're all in this together. What did you think it was?
I thought it was, oh, this is.
Lawrence, what the heck? That is bad. That is bad. That is bad. Wow, I can't believe this.
I never learned any. See, I told you guys this before. I don't know any lyrics. So this is
And the
so
way you
for
said
the
it with your
vibes.
chest, that's not the lyrics. Wow. 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 Yeah, it is. We're all in this together. I just googled it. Yeah.
I'm crying,
yeah,
you
babes.
guys.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're all sailing on the same boat to nowhere land, baby, on the same page. I feel like for myself, I'm not even like, I don't feel like a full adult. So,
Why would you say
because
that?
I still live with my parents. I mean, I have responsibilities, I have pressures, but like when you have a roof over your head and food, like it takes away like a lot. And also my life right now is just like I said, studying. I feel like I'm still in school. Like I go to work and I study. So I don't really have like a work life. I don't have the life balance. I have the work right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it feels
That
like
makes
I'm working
sense.
24/7. So I don't know if I have any advice other than
Okay.
I feel like at the end of the day you just have to make things for the, even if it's like not 100%. You have to make time for the things that you find important. So I think it all comes to prioritizing. And maybe
Yeah.
like what you prioritize in one season might not be the
Mm-hmm.
same thing in every season. So maybe
That's
now,
true.
like, this season is adjustment season for you. Like, maybe like this season is figuring out, I don't know, like housing, taxes, how that stuff work, and like social life. Maybe like clinging to the little friends you have. So I feel like a lot of people are in different seasons. So maybe like focusing on what your season is and making time for the things like that are important to you. Because even me, at the end of the day, even if I say like I don't have work life balance, there are like top things that I have in my list that I must do that are important in this season. I don't know if that makes any sense.
Yeah. I just feel like work life balance is not real. I think it's a scam. I think only people that have money, like financial stability, let me not say money. People that are financially stable and financially satisfied with their life are the ones that can have work life balance. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like if you're not, because money plays such a big role in your life. Like everybody's like, oh, don't focus on money. Money doesn't bring happiness, blah, 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 scam. But I feel like when you, it's true. It's true. Like money makes the world go round. Like money buys you time. Do you know how crazy that is? Because it was like, oh, you can't buy time. Money will give you so much. Like, what's the word? Not comfort. You can like buy time. Like you're paying for time. Like for example, if you don't, let's say you don't have a car, you can't go grocery shopping. So you just pay for delivery every time. You're saving your time, and you can use your time to do something else. Like money buys convenience. That's what I was looking for, and convenience can lead to saving your time. So honestly, work-life balance. Don't look for it right now. Name not lie. Just focus on because honestly, like if you are starting
That's
level,
bad advice.
no, for real. Like if you're just starting up, you're not going to
Yeah.
have work-life balance. Like there's this TikTok that went viral recently, right? And this girl, she said she's just like us. She just finished college and she started a full-time job. And she was crying. She was crying, but she was like, she doesn't know how people do it. Like she has to commute an hour to work. She's waking up mad early in the morning. She has to think about what she's going to eat. She has to pay her rent when she come back. Like how do people still go to gym after they come back from work, do things outside of work? Like she just feels like she's tired and like she just feel like kind of like helpless. Like it's just like it's so too much like at the adjustment and that's so real. Like it's so hard to adjust when you're doing all those things, especially like transitioning from college where like you manage your own time in college. Like you're the one that's deciding when your first class starts, where your last class ends. In my work safe, you're the one that even pick your work schedule safe.
Yeah.
Like you control your time when you're in college, but when you step out of college, like you don't have that luxury. Everything is kind of set stuff, especially if you're working like a regular 9 to 5. Like they'll tell you when they want you to come in. It's when you finish your work you can go, or maybe your work allows you to work from home. Like that's all dictated by the company and stuff. So you really don't have that much time outside of work to do other things. So if you're telling yourself, oh my God, I don't have work, oh my God, I don't, if you're focusing on the fact that you don't have work-life balance, you're not going to have it. So take that out of your brain. And instead of thinking about it that way, just be like, okay, this little time I have outside of work, what can I do? Because at the end of the day, yes, you're at work more than you're outside of work. So there will never be that exact balance. You just have to take
Yeah.
advantage of that time you have outside of work to do what you want to do for
Yeah,
yourself.
that's what I'm saying about like making a list of things that are important. Like, oh, hanging out with my friends is important. Going to the gym is important. Like for me,
Exactly.
for instance, now like the things that are important to my time are like, okay, I have to go to work. That's already 8 hours of my day. I have to go to the gym and I have to eat healthy. That means I have to cook. I have to go. Let's already go to the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to study, and then I have to do this podcast, and then like I don't even think I make time for friendships, so I don't even say I have to make time. I want to make time for friendships, but like the way my time is right now, like I can only talk to people again. Like when you come back from work at 5, you're already tired, and I have to
Yeah.
study, so I can only study after work.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the time I'm supposed to be like calling my friends or like doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have Saturday, Sunday. Then I'm like, okay, Saturday, Sunday, I'm already exhausted. So I have to enter my cocoon, close my window, and be a vampire in my room.
I'm
And
weak,
sleep.
not a vampire.
So it's like when you make lists like that of like what's important, and I also know like this is not going to be the rest of my life. Like
Right.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be done studying. So you also have to like figure out like what you need to adjust into in this particular season and like what's important, and then go from there. That's the
Right.
only way to control time, because if you set your priorities straight and you're focusing on your priorities and focusing on the things that feed you as a human being outside of like working and studying or whatever, like that's the only way to have sort of that balance to where like, because you don't want to work till you die,
Mm-hmm.
but you also don't want to live like you can't just be living large like when you don't work. So there has to be like, I mean, this is coming from somebody that doesn't have work-life balance.
I'm
And-
telling you, there's no such thing, Florence. It's a scam. I'm telling you, it's
but I
not
just
real.
but I also feel like there's a thing called seasons. So I feel like adjusting to your season.
That makes
That makes
sense.
sense.
That makes sense. Yeah, and you know, if it is at the end of the day, you figure it out. You won't figure it out right now. It takes some
Yeah.
time, but so don't rush yourself, and take it one
Be
step
with
at a
us.
time.
Be with us in this journey of figuring it out, because
Exactly. That's what
we are all on the same boat to nowhere land, my dear.
Please, I beg, stop saying "oh nowhere land." We are going towards money and riches. That's it. Not to no nowhere land. I beg. I need to go to beg you.
Okay, let me take that back. We're all on the same boat to heaven.
Okay, that one is allowed. That one is allowed. For my mother listen now, I say that I will have like that. Everyone is okay.
I mean, heaven is riches and kidney. So-
Yes.
Heaven is I don't know. We're all in the same boat to somewhere good. I don't know.
Yes. That's good.
Let's
That's
do that. Okay.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope we're able to help and share some things that we've been doing to manage our life. Well,
But you're definitely not alone.
yeah, no. We're all going through it. Like, yeah. It is what it is. Such is life. But this week If You Don't Get to Forget About It, right?
You're
guys
not
pick
allowed
my-
me. See, you're not allowed to introduce my section.
Can you relax?
We're going to fight.
No.
Because
no,
it's
no,
my
no,
section.
No.
We're going to fight.
No. I put my hands up. I just wanted to flex my British accent, I just wanted to flex it a little bit. But
Stop
I'll
it.
let you take over. I'll let you take over right now.
That's not how British people sound. And I know if they're
Can
listening to this, they'll come and knock you.
Don't worry, it's
One
logic.
knock.
I've told you people, my husband is in the UK. Don't worry, I will locate him. He will teach me. Don't worry, forget about it. Forget about it.
Okay, so in this section, if you don't get it,
Forget about
it. And in this section, Simi, you can continue.
Can you see that Florence is not a balanced person? Can you guys actually hear that this guy is not a balanced individual? So Simi,
Because
you can
you didn't
continue.
You didn't even say if you don't get it, forget about it. You say in this section, if you forget about it. What does that mean?
Wait, is it not the name of the section? What if I wanted to do it after I introduce the topic?
Okay.
Exactly. Your blood is too hot. You need to calm down.
Whose blood
Exactly.
is hot? Who sounds like their blood is hot now?
You
Everybody
guys,
listening to
please.
this.
Whose blood is hotter, me or Florence? It cannot be me.
Okay.
It really cannot.
I'm a very calm girl. I'm talking like, like
Please,
very
today is
sweet, very
Sunday. Don't
soft.
lie. Today is Sunday. At least, pity God. Don't lie on his day. Please. Thank you. So this week,
What? Continue now.
anyways, this Florence supposed to be a hater today. I don't know what they put inside as stew. But this week, sir, I don't know how many times I'm going to say this week. Florence, pause.
What?
This week,
What's going on this week? Continue now.
period. Thank you. I just wanted to say that. So this week on the podcast, we're going to be talking.
See how you're not okay.
Okay, for let me stop with you guys. Okay, this week on the podcast. So in today, on my way over to record this, actually, on my way back from church. Period. Mommy, can you hear? I went to
To
church.
your
Anyways,
house.
so, on my way back from church to my house. Yes. My friends and I were talking in the car, and they're talking about one of my friends. Basically, she was like, "Oh," I was like, because I was like, they were like, "Oh, what are we doing after?" And I was like, "Oh, I have to go back home to record." And then one of my friends was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so good that you're still doing the podcast, like, da da da." And then my other friend was not like, like it's so hard to like do things for yourself. Like she was not like, if her friend told her, "Oh, can you come to this for me, or can you be my, I don't know, supporter, show up for an event, or like if they need you to help them with something or talk about something," like you always tend to like show up for your friends. But when it comes to like doing things for yourself, there's like a slack, like you kind of slack and like you stop and you're not consistent with, prioritizing yourself and being there for yourself. And when she said that, I was like, oh my God, yeah, that's something I definitely struggle with. Like this podcast, honestly, there are two reasons why I've not given up. One, because I have a co-host, and two, because like it's an outlet for me. But if not for those two things, like I definitely see like, because for example, when I said let's talk about in Nigeria, I was on my A game. But then it got harder and then life got harder, and then I just put a pause to it and I haven't gone back. So I can definitely see traits of that in myself, in that like I definitely have problem putting myself first and like showing up for myself consistently. Like sometimes I'll show up for like when I want to eat, I will definitely show up in the kitchen and cook my food. But when it comes to things like serious things that I'm passionate about,
Mm-hmm.
you tend to
Yeah.
I tend to slack at least. So I wanted to
The
bring
thing
that
you
to the
said
table.
about the podcast is true, though. The thing
Yeah.
you said about the podcast is true. It's very hard when you don't, like, when you're the only person having to run. Like, in my head, when I was thinking about this podcast, I was like, oh, it's just to record and post. It's not.
It's really
It's
not.
not. It's not just to record and post. Because I was like, oh, this would be so low effort. Like you just be recording and posting, and
Yeah.
it's just nothing, But it's like when you have to do things outside of this. Like if this podcast was a full-time job, then okay, then that makes sense. Like you have to like just run it, but like it's definitely hard to do stuff for yourself outside of all the other things that you have going on, or like all the other people that you have to worry about. So I can definitely see that.
Yeah. I think it's because like as humans we're very communal, right? You want to be there for your friends, your family. But I don't know what comes. Is it like do we think that it's selfish? Is that why? Like, because I'm trying to understand. Like, if your friend said, "Please help me do something," like I would do it. Like that's kind of friend I am. I mean, I'm not saying I'm the best friend in the world, but like I know that okay, if my friend needs help, I will try my best at least. Or if I commit to it, I will be there, right? But why is it so hard to commit to myself? Like, what is the difference? We're both human. That's why I don't get. Because I don't know.
I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's like the type of person you are, because some people would just do what they need to do.
Right.
They don't care. Like, I think at the end of the day, it's about setting boundaries. Like, if you find something that like that you need to show up for yourself to do, like you have to create like a very strict, like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to set a boundary for this person or this thing. Because in this world, there's a lot of distractions, even minus
That
like
is true.
other friends, like social media. A lot of you people, you scroll on social media 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day, you can use to accomplish something else for yourself.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
So, because people that are like, oh, I want to go to the gym, and I don't have time. If you go and look at their screen time, it's 8 hours a day.
8 hours isn't actually. Mine is worse than 8 hours. So I was going to say 8 hours is actually decent.
But
I
see,
wish
like,
it was 8 hours.
8 hours is time that you could have used.
Wait, so
to
what's your
work
screen
yourself or
time?
something.
Because I feel like 8 hours is good.
My screen time is 3 to 4. I mean,
No
sometimes
way.
it's 5. The worst is like on a week where I'm like on my phone a lot is 6 hours.
Oh, I'm embarrassed. I can't say mine. Absolutely fucking no. The lowest I've
don't
gotten.
like to be on my phone.
The lowest I've
Oh,
gotten is
really?
9. 9 is the lowest
yeah.
I've ever gotten.
9. I've only gotten 9 in like vacation, when I'm like, not vacation, but like when I'm just not feeling like myself and I'm just going on my phone to be like
That is wild. 3 to
comforting
4
myself.
hours.
But on a weekday, I'm always on my phone like 3 to 4 hours. Like there's nothing keeping me there. Like I don't have social media on my phone. When I do have social media on my phone, it goes up to like 5 to 6 hours.
You know that I think it was last year. I swear, I think I got 17 hours. I kid you not. I think that day, because you know, like I think it's on Sundays you get a summary like, oh, your average time this week.
Yeah.
And I saw 17. I said, Simi Loluwa, are you all right? 17 hours. But I feel like, is it last year or during COVID? I think it was last year. I couldn't be. No, it was different during COVID. I couldn't believe I was shocked. But I think Aubrey said my average is 11 hours. 10 to 11. I don't think I've gone over 11 in a long time. But you have to think about it. I'm making content on my phone. I'm listening to music on my phone. During lunch, I watch like shows on my phone. Stuff like that add up. But it's mainly like editing videos. I do videos on my phone more than on my laptop. So I'm guessing that I actually don't know. Because it doesn't feel like I spend 10 hours a day on my... Like when I was doing 17, I knew that I was not balanced. But now, it doesn't feel like 10 hours.
It doesn't feel like I even spent that. Even when I spend 5 hours on my phone, like I feel nervous.
Yeah.
Like I don't like it.
Oh,
But
I also
like,
read books on my phone.
Oh, okay.
Not me making
That
excuses
makes
for
sense.
myself. I feel ashamed, bro. 10 to 11
That makes...
is wild.
But I can't, again, like screen time is relative. Like you can use your phone for other things, but I'm just like when you're scrolling on your phone, because even like this yesterday and today, like because I was just so out of it, I was just scrolling. Like I woke up at 1:50 a.m. this morning. I watched all my anime shows, and then like I said, okay, let me go and check my phone, because there's this girl. You know the Palestinian conflict going on right now. There's this girl that used to post about it every day. And so like she would come in and she'd be like, oh, I'm still alive. And the last time I was on social media, I was like, oh, this girl hasn't posted today. So I said, oh, let me go and check. It ended up being that like there's a way that this phone can just keep you there. I ended up staying there until 6 o'clock on my phone. So I don't know, like I feel like when I'm like having things to do and I need to prioritize myself, or like, because I don't find it like a break to spend time on my phone. I feel like it's more thinking. It's more relaxing for me to like watch a movie or like be with friends or like do something more like productive that doesn't involve mindlessly scrolling on things. So yeah, what was even this topic again? How did we end that from?
Hey.
But I mean, I guess what I'm trying to say, I think it's hard sometimes. Like, when somebody asks me to do something, I can definitely see how, like, it's just like, oh, you just want to be there. You just want to do something for somebody. But, like, when it comes to yourself, maybe because you know it's yourself, or maybe it's just better, you're just better at procrastinating with yourself. Because maybe with the other person, it feels like there's some sort of pressure or time pressure. Does that make sense? Like, maybe you feel like less pressure with yourself because it's yourself.
Right. No, that makes sense.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll be fine. Maybe you just don't. You maybe feel like, oh, this other person is depending
On me, yeah.
on
And I think
me.
another thing that has to do is I know myself, I'm a people pleaser. As much as I yappy yappa, that's another thing. So I think that plays into it because it's like, oh, I don't want this person. Like sometimes I don't like. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I was on the phone with my sister. And one of my friends texted me like, oh, let's go to Walmart or something like that. I didn't want to go. I'd already done my grocery shopping for that week. I needed to go to another store. My sister was like, "Hey, so just tell them you don't want to go." I was like, "No, I can't. Like, I can't. Like, even something as small as that." I was like,
And
"No,
also, is that a new friend? Because it also comes
no."
oh,
It's just me being stupid. My sister was like, "Yeah, I'm not serious." Because I was like, "Yeah, because I have to do this. I have to do my laundry. I have to do my room. I have to clean it. Like, I don't have time to go to Walmart." But they're really asking. Like, I don't know what to say. My sister was like, "Are you okay? If you have other things, I still went to that Walmart." So I
mean,
definitely think that
you're
plays
just
into
a
it. Like,
kind.
I
You're
don't know
just
how
a
to
kind
let
babe.
people down. I don't know how to say no. I don't know how to say I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I can't.
same.
I'm busy.
Same.
I don't know how to put myself first. Like in that kind of situation, I'm supposed to put myself first. In that you are not that needs to go to Walmart, right? I don't need to go. Well, why am I struggling to say? Like, is that not a mental problem, Simi? That you can't say I'm sorry. I'm busy. Like, is the person going to swallow me? No. Is the person going to hate me? No. It's just my brain. I'm just like, no, I don't want to
Yeah.
disappoint them. I don't want them to,
Yeah.
like...
Oh my god. I do that at work too. Like sometimes it's like I don't want to say this, but like sometimes I'm like, oh, let me just do this. Let me just help out here, even if I don't feel like this is something I want to do, because you just
Right.
kind of want everybody else to like say, okay, she's so reliable.
Yeah, you just want people to like
Sounds
you,
so
bro.
bad.
You want people to like you. That's it. Like, you just want people to
I
like
think
you.
that's part of it. I think that's part of
Definitely.
it. But it's like there are definitely people that are very selfish though. Like there are people that no matter how much you show up for them, when it's your turn,
Shingba.
nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be
Definitely.
found. So I feel like we need to ask those people, how do they do it?
Not
How
honestly,
do
come
they-
and teach me. Let me copy them small.
Like, how do they just focus on themselves and like don't give a fuck about? But I think in a way it's good to be able to show up for people. But I
Oh,
feel
for
like
sure.
it's also good to be able to draw
Like,
boundaries.
it's like this is the balance that you need, not that work-life balance. It's this balance that you need between picking yourself and choosing when do I help people, when do I help myself.
Yeah.
That's what we're supposed to focus on.
Do you think it's also how we grew up, like how our parents raised us? Because I'm just like, if my parents tell me to do something, even if I don't feel like doing it, because if I say no, I'll feel like a bad person, or they will think I'm a bad person. But I'm just like, I'm very, very tired. You're telling me to do this thing where, like, on a regular day, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, yes, I have free time, but that free time is for me to recharge. You know how tired I am?
Yeah.
And then you're asking me to do this thing, and it's like,
You can't even say no.
I don't think I can. Like, saying no to your parents feels like disrespect.
Exactly. Except it's like
It
something
really
like
does.
crazy, but like they've never asked me to do
Yeah.
anything crazy. So it's like I have to say yes.
Yes.
Exactly.
So I feel like maybe our parents did not teach us how to create.
Because I also feel like, also watching my mom, I'm like, my dad, she like, they also have that problem. Like sometimes they do something for people. I'm like, why are you doing? Like, what is like? Can you actually put yourself first? Like, what is this?
No, yes.
Especially my
Yes.
mom. Like, I've been like, mommy, this is too much. Like, relax. Like, what? Like, it's really bad. Like, my mom's on is very
It's
bad.
not
Like,
that deep.
even one of my friends, she came to me, she was like, why is your mom so nice? Like, she's too nice. I said, oh, help me to ask her. Help me to ask her. So I definitely got that from her. Like, just, I think so. I think upbringing has to do with it for sure. Because I don't know. My parents are just like that. That's the way they behave in their house.
Yeah.
So, that makes sense. I hadn't thought about it that way. Dang. And I'm coming
I've
from
been
my
thinking
mom. I'm
about
doing the
it.
same thing.
I've been thinking about it because I'm in this house with them.
Mm,
So I've been thinking about it. I'm just like, because I know that if I was the only one in my house, in my space, I would
right.
run things very differently. I'll run things very differently. I'll just do what I feel like my grown up self needs to do. But it's like, I don't know when to say no to them without feeling like, oh, I'm disrespecting you. But
Yeah.
like, it's not every time.
Yeah.
So it's not every time you want to say yes, you know. But it's such is life. You figure things out
Exactly.
as you go.
Do you know something I've been thinking about of recent that it doesn't really have much to do with this? But it's because you said parents, that's why it came back to my brain. But you know how like here, like in America and I guess even in the UK, like all your family is in one place. Like you can have like dinners and stuff, and everybody
Yeah.
is there, and your children, and their children's children, everybody, and
Yeah.
you can have like family stuff. Because I think I'm watching a show that's very family based, and I was thinking about it. I was like, dang. Will I ever have that? Like,
Yeah.
I would love to have that. Like, you know, because in the episode, like the girl went to her brother's house and she was really upset, and her older brother was comforting
Yeah.
her, and I was like,
Yeah.
so if I want to be
I feel
comforted,
like
I have to fly. Ah.
I feel like I hate that so much. Like I
Honestly.
hate that. Like I think also because me, I was also like a last born, so everybody is like really old, like in different stages of life than I am.
Right.
So it's like there are certain things that if somebody was just here, you can just go and talk to them. I really envy people that have all their family here, their cousins. Like I'm just like a lot of my cousins that like I grew up with. I just hate that I can't just be like, oh, let me go to my cousin's house. And, like, it's so nice. It's so, people don't understand. Like, it's so cool when,
nice
like, you have people that maybe your age or maybe, like, just, like, in proximity. Because then when I went to Nigeria for my sister's wedding and all my family members were there, it was actually really nice to be, like, having family dinners, like, going to somebody's there's like my house. You can go to this brother's house. There's having access to your family. Like I miss like Christmas when everybody is there. Even if people are annoying me, I'm not even going to lie because I think I'm now used to being in the house by myself. So when people are making noise, it's just like, can you actually keep quiet? But like it's actually really, really nice to like have that sort of community with your family that I feel like the way our country was set up that just split all of us up and put us in different parts of the world, that is just really, really sad. It saddens me. I'm not even going to lie.
Honestly, because I'm like, I want, like, when I'm older, I want to live near my siblings. Like, because even my parents, like, I just want to live near them. Like, I spent so much time apart from them already. Like, I need, like, I just have that. Like, sometimes after I work, I'm just like, I just want to lie down on my mommy's stomach. Because I used to do that when I was younger. I was just going to lie down on top of her. But I can't do that. Like, like, I feel like, I don't know, I've just been thinking about it a lot. Like, when I'm older, like, when we have kids and all of that, like, that's something I really want them to have.
I'm raising children. Like, I don't want to raise children. like I've been thinking about like living in like in the near cities with friends, with
Mm-hmm.
because it's giving at this point. Yeah, like
You need that
living
community.
in living in the same city with friends to where like you can we're like at least 20 minutes away from each other or 30 minutes away
Yeah.
from each other because like how I can't raise my kids the way I am right now, like being in the house with your laptop and your TV. Like no, like I grew up like going to people's houses for summer vacation. Like it was really, really nice to like go somewhere else and
Yeah.
have relationships with like cousins and like it's so nice. Like, I can't raise my children in isolation. And
Yeah.
it's also hard enough to raise kids. And especially in the US where people are so independent and
Mm-hmm.
like things are so expensive.
Yeah.
Because in Nigeria,
That
like I felt like I
community.
grew up. Yeah, like there was a lot more of that, especially during like Christmas and all that things. Like people were in the village. Like we always went to the village. We were in the
Mm.
village. I was always like, yeah. I think I've been thinking about like if I like settle down, I want to settle down in a place where I know a community of people, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's a church community, friends community, family community, to where like not every Sunday just in your house, like you and your husband.
Yeah, that's something
So
that parents did very well. I'll give it to them that like we had like growing up, oh, there were so many aunties and uncles that I was at first when I was younger, I didn't even know that this is not my daddy's brother or my daddy's sister. Like there was so much of that, and like even till today, like I'm like, oh, auntie this, auntie that, you know. So I hope I'm able to give my children that because it's really helpful and like just to have like different like influences and inspirational people in your life that are just not mommy and daddy and grandma and grandpa
and
and
also
all of
like
that.
raising kids is not easy. So
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
I agree with that. But I'm just yeah,
you
that
need
makes sense.
a caretaker. You need caretakers. Yeah, but yeah,
That makes sense.
interesting. We talked about a lot today
Yeah, we did.
for people that don't have anything to talk about.
Because I have to see Beyonce and Rihanna before I leave this earth. If not, Jesus cannot come. I'm serious. I'm serious.
Why did you buy this Beyonce ticket?
I beg, I'm paying rent. I beg, I no get money. I'm small. I'm saying small girl. People are using rent money to buy tickets.
What
I
if this
can't
is
do
her
that.
last tour?
She
What if
can't
this is
do
her
that.
last
She
tour?
can't do it because I've not seen her. So she won't be satisfied until I see her, then she can retire. That's just it. That's it. That's just it.
Rihanna, what if she never comes back?
There's a rumor going around that she's coming back next year. Oh, that she signed one deal like this. That's what's going around, but I don't know if it's true. I don't know, Rihanna, she will not talk until maybe the day before. So
Yeah. And people will still buy that shit.
exactly. So I'm excited.
There's a lot I would like to do before I leave this earth.
That's why I'm saying
So,
Jesus
and
cannot
that's probably one
come
of
until I've done all those things.
is
Seriously.
giving Jesus is coming with what things
Bro,
going
everything that's happening is
on.
scary.
Yeah.
It's actually scary. But
Yeah.
it is well.
We pray and we live. But
But that's all we have this week. Let me let Florence round up. She said I stole her parts. Let Florence round up.
ah,
Yes, now.
what are you supposed to say?
Hey,
Like and
can you imagine?
subscribe.
Can you actually imagine? Wow.
Share this episode with your friends and your family. Put
Mm-hmm.
dilemma in our link in our Instagram bio and in the description.
Florence, this is poor.
Subscribe.
This is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. You need to cover your eye in shame. Yeah, Kini. Wow. Wow. You guys. Wow. I'm shocked.
What else do people do? Leave comments, leave reviews, you guys.
Please go and review the podcast. I'm kneeling
Please
down.
review this
My knees are on the
podcast.
ground.
Let us know how you feel because
Literally.
it's not easy. I'm telling people, it's not easy to continue this podcast.
Yeah.
And your support is what keeps us going.
Literally.
I'm not going to lie.
Literally.
I'm going to lie. And shout out to all the people. Actually, I wanted to say this, but shout out to people that have sent messages recently and
Mm-hmm.
responded to things and
Yeah.
interacted with us. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And left comments on our Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
We see you. We love you. Oh, also, we posted recently about a list of people that would like to talk to. In case you don't follow us on Instagram, please go look at that post. It's not limited to all the things on that post. We just want to start having you guys on the podcast and start interacting with you. And we thought that it was a good way to do that. So even if if you feel like you don't necessarily fit into those descriptions, that's fine. If you have something you want to talk about, just send us a DM and then we can go from there. But we just want to have you guys on the podcast, Let's be friends. We'll be bringing our friends, but we want to become friends with you. You get. Yeah.
do you get?
Period. But like Forrest said, make sure you like the episode, review the podcast, leave a comment. You can even leave a review comment. Like, you don't just have to rate 5 stars. If you're rating, if you're rating less than 5, you better DM me with the reason. You don't just have to rate and go. You can leave a little comment here and there, But yeah, we will see you in 2 weeks. We hope you have a great week. Remember that work-life balance is fake. Focus on putting yourself first. That's it.
Peace out.
Bye.